Kajagoogoo.
In.
My name's Keith Andrew and I play the drums.
Corey Werner, guitar and sing.
Steve Pratchner, and I play guitar and sometimes trombone.
Paul Donovan, I sing and play guitar.
Michael Pratchner, I play bass guitar.
There's another guy named David who
Plays accordion, Hammond organ, harmonica, saxophone. Corey and I have been best friends since we were 4th grade. We started playing music together about 6 years ago. 6, 7 years ago. Writing songs together, playing acoustic shows, just the two of us in coffee houses. And Keith and Steve had a project going together as well. For how long, you guys?
Off and on for about the same amount of time, 6, 7 years.
Me and Keith used to just play, just get together and play. Sometimes just guitar and bass, and guitar and what do you play? Drums. His instrument of choice. And then we just every once in a while we'd have other people jam and stuff. But never really led too much until.
I was playing classical guitar, just taking lessons, and I used to show Paul my songs that I had learned, and he thought they were cool. And then actually I showed him. I go, but I wrote a couple songs, and I showed them to him, and he showed me a couple, and I said we should get a band together. This is probably like 6 or 7 years ago. And he said, well, I don't really have much time. And I go, come on. So I called him a couple times. Do you remember that?
Yeah, he tried to talk me into it. I said no.
And he told me later he thought, I'm not going to be in a band with a guy that wears Vans.
No, but I just became a Christian recently. Well, when we first started getting together. Yeah, just today. But I had just gotten out of a band situation because I didn't feel right about being in a band. It was, we were just with the guys that I totally love, but they weren't Christians. And so I got out of that, and I was not even close to getting into another band. But that's when Corey was really saying, come on, let's get in a band. And then finally we did start writing together.
Well, we just hung out one time, and we had this, I was going to Point Loma Nazarene College, and we'd hang out in the rehearsal space and remember we would do that Superman song, and we just had pretty good harmony. We had a good vocal blend, and so we wrote a couple songs together. And the first song we wrote, we ran down and played it in a coffee house in Escondido. It's a long time ago. And then so we just played together for a long time, and we kept wanting to hook up with some other people to play with us, and finally found Keith and Steve.
And then Michael is Steve's brother.
Yeah. I forgot who to look at. And then actually, they got our other brother too, David, to play accordion. He can't be with us right now. And then it just kind of seemed natural.
Driving stinks. I can't seem to settle down. LA was a drag. LA was the last straw. Now it's her in my hair and my heart. And I swear when I feel composed, be amused. Make mistakes we all do, and it makes me nervous. I'll turn on the radio.
people would ask us to describe our music, and we go, well, it's driving music, and you know, you want to take it on a trip with you, you'd probably like it, and so then the name just came from that, and then someone had the name Dryve, so we decided to put a Y in there. It's pretty simple.
Okay, personal musical background. Okay, it all started with Elvis when I was 5. I heard Hound Dog and I thought, this is great. This is what it's all about. The 40 Funky Hits too, yeah, Alley-Oop and things like that. That was great. That was a turning stone. What?
What's a turning stone?
Did I say turning stone?
All right, Paul and I, the first time I met Paul, he told me he had an 8-foot Darth Vader poster. So I cruised over his house to see it, and he had his drum set sit there, and he was showing me the new Boston album, and I never heard of Boston because I wasn't really into music when I was a kid. His dad was a musician, and so he was playing like some part to a Boston song. Like I was in 3rd grade, we were just rocking out, and he was playing the drums in his room in a trailer park in the middle of Escondido.
I listened to a lot of Steve's Boston albums, but I was afraid, I don't know, I was afraid like I was gonna turn into like, you know, a marijuana guy if I listened to that too much or something, you know, but
I remember the first stereo album that we had on this kind of like basically a glorified close and play thing was Inagata Davida. It's like, I looked at it and like the whole side was one song, and the record's like totally thick. You could, you know, break bones with it. But I remember hearing that, and then I used to really like CCR, you know, Creedence and stuff. And that's when I was real little, and then I got a little bit older in junior high, and I started playing trombone and listening. And for a while, I was like a closet classical lover, and I started getting into classical and have it with headphones and make sure no one, I like all kinds of stuff like that. So.
Sunset, think I feel the close of day. Clean-shaven correspondents are all crowded at the gate. Smell the oil from their torches, their voices growing more irate. Shepherd staffs are crooked, leading every crooked way. The sheep lock their doors, yeah, they're pulling down their shades. The faithful looking in their mirrors, the faithful growing old and gray. But I look at you, your eyes are clear and bright. I see your face, it's an amazing sight. Your glory, Lord, is still a burning light. The light that all our faithless hands could never dim. Think I feel the sunset, think I smell the death of day. People laughing at a funeral, people dancing at a wake. And all the seasons blend together, this bird's losing feathers every day. I look at you, your eyes are clear and bright. I see your face, it's an amazing sight. Your glory, Lord, is still a burning light. The light that all our faithless hands could never dim. Everybody's tired and scared and begging on belief, but you have yet to break a sweat. No, you're not afraid, you're not afraid, you're not afraid. Think I smell the sunset, think I feel the close of day. Shepherd staves are crooked, leading every crooked way. People laughing at a funeral, and light that all our faithless hands. I look at you, your eyes are clear and bright. I see your face, it's an amazing sight. Your glory, Lord, is still a burning light. The light that all our faithless hands could never dim. Never dim. Never dim. Amen. If you get the chance.
I would say that we don't try to force anything, you know. Corey is the main lyricist in the band. I'll come to him sometimes with an idea. We'll bring each other's songs, and Corey's strong point are lyrics.
He's a top lyric writer in the world, man.
You're like, read something off and say, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'll be going, dude, you just came up with that? He's all, they'll get better, but that'll work for now. I'm like, if you locked me in a room for a million years, I couldn't write. I was like, how do you do that? And the next day, they're even better, so.
Corey is such an incredible writer. He kind of tends to leave himself out of the song and write stories about things around him. And I usually have written songs along my walk, my Christian walk. My walk went up and down and up and down and up and down, so I was writing songs all over the place, from a place of just like being just totally low and reaching up to God, to songs that were talking about getting more consistent. And so, but then I bring those things to Corey, and he puts a really neat twist on them. One song that we have is called Stay, and I came to him and I said, well, I've got some ideas about this song, thinking that it could be about, you know, I'm getting more consistent in my walk. I'm not having the highs and lows anymore, and I'm just walking steadily more these days. And I want to write a song that reflects that. I had an idea of this, you know, stay. I want God to be just staying with me always. And so he came up with this concept. I need you under my skin. I need you at my throat. I wrote these songs about you.
Leaky faucet dripping in the kitchen, rubber squealing, watch out in the alley. Mr. Marley's probably people looking. Birdie singing, telling me to get up. Such a soothing sound floating on the wind. I just keep listening. Funny how you speak to me in such mysterious ways, and I can hear you
Okay, cut.
Can anyone hear him?
Is that camera still rolling?
The only thing that is Christian is a person, so I don't even really think Christian music, I know it doesn't exist. There's no such thing. I mean, there are Christian people. If Christian people make music, in one sense you can call that Christian music, but it's become like this thing that isn't real. And that really bums us out. So, you know, it's a tough question. What are we doing in music, you know?
I mean, it's from a very young age for me, it was obvious that I was going to be involved in music because it's like one of the only things I'm good at, basically. But it's just you can start, you know, you can play your music just like at the amphitheater, at your trombone, the orchestra pit, or try to get in a band, or you can try to serve God with it, you know. So it's just trying to serve God with our talents, basically. That's, you know, what it boils down to for me. I don't know what everybody else.
You know, that is our life. To our relationship with Christ is the most important thing to us. And so when we make music, we just really want to, like Paul said, make good music. But yet our relationship with Christ is going to show through in the lyrics and in our lives. We think that, you know, the best way to evangelize people is through your life. And that's what we're all about. But, you know, you can't compromise the music, because then why is anyone going to listen to the message? So I think that's the biggest thing, is just to make really good music and yet have our lives, you know, at the same time have our lives reflect what Christ did and who he was.
Okay, it all started with Elvis when I was 5.